There's a reason why Iowa City is Wrestletown, USA.
From Carver-Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City, Iowa. Sellout crowd of nearly 15,000 people.
Between the Brands brothers, 5 national titles, 3 times each in the NCAA finals. That's a tremendous feat.
You take the last 50 years, no one's done it better than Iowa.
Let them look into my eyes and see the fire and the passion.
Boy, there's a competitor, I'll tell you.
Let them know what winning is all about.
If you're a fighter, you like a fight. If you're an American, you like a fight. If you're an Iowa Hawkeye, you know you're going to get a fight.
You have an unbelievably historic, exciting announcement that University of Iowa is adding women's wrestling.
Coming in as a Power 5 school, the only one in women's wrestling, there is going to be pressure automatically.
It's going to be hard, and that's okay because that's what we train for.
What do you have to be afraid of? You have lived through the most difficult thing anybody in this world should ever have to live through.
We get caught sometimes, okay? You went out there. That's the kind of courage that we're always looking for.
Come on, put her away!
The stakes are high for the new coach. We're going to wrestle the best competition in the United States.
This is huge. This is for all of women in sport.
At the end of day one during nationals, we were behind our central a decent amount. I was like, I don't know how we're gonna pull this off. Everything has to go our way in order for us to pull ahead in this team race.
Based off of seeding, I'd read that North Central would beat us by 30 points.
You know, they'd won last year and they're a seasoned team. They know what they're doing. Their coaching staff has them ready. And if they don't falter, you're in trouble.
You're ready, Reese. You do you. I was just like, oh, what's the team score? And I was like, ooh, Reese has to win. Reese had wrestled Drury before, and it wasn't the greatest outcome.
It's weird, I kind of describe when you're in those moments of they're trying to put you on your back, your body goes into pure survival mode. I'm using every muscle in my body to bring my arm down and to fight off that lock.
Obviously, I'm working on getting stuff on the walls in here, but this was the first thing I put on my wall. Dr. Christine Grant, man, amazing, right? How much she's done for women in sport, access, opportunities, equality.
I chose my career because I love sport. But what gave me the passion to continue to fight for equal opportunities was the unshakable belief that a sport experience can truly empower a woman, perhaps better than any other experience.
Welcome our new women's wrestling coach, Clarissa Chun.
Clarissa, she's a world champion, one of the best, great competitor, Olympic medalist, one of the more storied female wrestlers in the history of our sport. How knowledgeable she is of the sport and her personality to really engage people, she is the perfect choice to lead a storied program like the University of Iowa.
The year I started wrestling in 1997-98 season,
I realized Iowa had a legacy. Everyone knew who Dan Gable was. Whether you've wrestled for 10 years or 1 month, you knew they were winning national titles year after year. Moving forward as a coach, I don't want to change that standard because how loud it speaks. Look at this wall. It's filled because of what happens here. It really was, okay, recruiting. I've never done that before. It was important to go after something big. It's the University of Iowa. Kylie is good. She was the one. You know, she's junior world champion, Olympic team trials runner-up, U23 world bronze medalist. Don't know who else you would go after. You know, she's the one.
Kylie Welker is the most competitive girl on that team. She gets so mad.
She just has that competitive energy with everything she does. You know, you can walk up the stairs, she has to beat you. Kylie's gonna win. Kylie's gonna go out there and do what she has to do because that is just who Kylie Welker is.
So right now we're in my hometown. Wisconsin summers are unmatchable in my opinion. We have cheese and a lot of people drink beer. We have more lakes in Minnesota because they're like the 10,000 lakes or whatever. They brag about how many lakes they have, but we have like thousands more. So I think that's kind of funny of them. Up on the right, there's going to be the one and only Walmart in our town, which is what we do for fun. Growing up, it'd be like, oh, what do you want to do? You want to go to Walmart? I go in there, and every time I see somebody that I most likely don't want to see. They got this Starbucks a couple years ago. Game changer. And then there's the one and only dollar store. My grandma used to take us in this truck to that dollar store, and we'd get to pick out 2 things. And then we'd go back to her house, and we'd play with the 2 items that we got. Me and my cousins and my brothers.
If I come here and I'm like this waiting for you, just shoot a double leg and put your head in the chest. Push. Good.
Coach Oli is the coach that's gotten me to where I am now. He has coached me since I was 7 years old. He knows my wrestling like the back of his hand. Like he basically created me to be the wrestler that I am today.
When I first met Kylie Welker, it was a wow factor. You know, Kylie grew up in an era where there was no other girls to wrestle, so we always competed against boys. She was extremely explosive, and she had a very good double leg at a young age, and she was mean. When she put that Morgan headgear on, you could see she was out for business. She wasn't gonna mess around, okay? The boys were scared to step on the mat with her.
When I was 7, I was at Folkestone Nationals, and there was flyers for the 2016 Rio Games. And I was like, I really didn't even know that that was like a possibility that we could go and compete in the Olympic Games. So from that moment on, I was like, I'm gonna set my goals, and I told myself I'm gonna make an Olympic team. I'm gonna win Olympic gold.
Her breakout performance was she won the cadet Greco in the boys division in Wisconsin. For her era, that time it was unheard of. So that was like when I knew she was gonna separate herself from everybody else.
There were a lot of times where we'd go to national tournaments and she would run into boys that had never been beaten, in middle school. And next thing you know, Kylie wins. And when she would hear a dad saying, oh, you got to wrestle this girl, you got this. This is an easy one. You just won yourself a national tournament. It lit a fire under Kylie like nothing else will. And usually those boys got tortured.
From a very, very young age, I was kind of just like, I don't like people telling me what to do. It's like, I hate you telling me that I can't do something because of my gender. Like, I can, and I will, and I'm gonna show you right now.
They called Kylie the dentist for a while when she was little because she would hit a crossface hard enough to knock kids' teeth out of their mouth. And those matches usually happened after there was a comment by a dad or a coach that said, oh, she's just a girl.
Okay, Mickey Mouse coming on the house. Maybe, I'm out of practice. More of a bear, I guess.
I'm a bear.
You are a bear.
That's Mickey Mouse.
That looks Mickey Mouse enough. Then.
Eyes. Do you need a mouth?
Yeah, I do. Unless you just want to do a nose.
A nose. Aw.
Oh no, I tried to make the nose bigger, but it didn't look very good.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
When I make pancakes, you just pour the stuff in it, and then you just add more stuff until it's like the right consistency. You measure nothing. 0. And then they always turn out good. Yeah, I used to measure, and then once you become a pro, then you don't measure anymore. I was in 8th grade going into my freshman year when my parents got divorced. So it kind of like changed, obviously, like the dynamic of my family. Like, you know, I kind of stepped into a mother role and did the cooking, the cleaning, taking care of my sisters, like all that kind of stuff. So it really like forced me to mature fast. Stepping into like the role of being a mother at such a young age, it was very overwhelming at sometimes. And I'd question my dad a lot and question, you know, like, why can't I go hang out with my friends or do this or do that, and why does my life look like this, and you know, theirs look like that. And I was angry a lot and just like really confused.
The guilt of the guilt of not giving all the opportunities that were in front of her to her. I had the conversation with Kylie, I don't know how long I can do this.
When I was 15, you know, I had an offer to go and live at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. And it's basically a program where, you know, young high school kids go and live at the Olympic Training Center and get to develop into a senior level athlete alongside the senior levels. At the time, when I first got introduced to that as an option, I like cried. I didn't know like if I should be happy or sad, because deep down inside me, like, I knew the right option was to move there. But I think one of the biggest things was leaving my little sisters. You know, they were so young. They're like my little best friends at the time.
Kylie was the one that would watch the girls when I had to go to work, and she was the one that would help make dinner, and she was the one that would get the girls ready for bed and comb their hair in the morning, and if they had a dress-up day at school, she was the one that was putting their costumes together. I think it was hard on Kylie too, having to make a decision, you know, at a young age of 14 or 15 of moving away from home when she's got such a big role in the family to chase her dream.
As soon as I like finally got out there, it's kind of like, what do I do now, you know? I fell into this routine where I'd sleep up until practice, and then I'd go back to my room and I'd get really sad, and then I'd just sleep again, and then I'd wake up and practice again. And it was really like kind of a turning point in my wrestling career where I like had a realization. I was like, okay, this is my life now. Like, wrestling is my life now. I am locked into this goal now. Right after high school, I had a lot of decisions to make and a lot of options to explore.
I just had made the Olympic alternate spot. Then I made 2 world teams, and then I was gonna go after a senior world team, and I made that too. So everything was just like hectic. Sponsorship companies started reaching out, like ASICS, Spartan, Nike, like all that stuff. So I was trying to balance, what company did I wanna represent, and then also, what am I doing next year? Where am I going next year? Am I gonna go to college? I was thinking about WCAP for a while. I was thinking about going to an RTC. Like I was thinking about staying home. Like then I'd be able to help out with my siblings. But then it's like, I'm not gonna figure out who I am. I'm not gonna have any sort of social life. I'm not gonna have, like the other parts of being a human. I was gonna be missing that. It was wrestling, no school, no friends, just wrestling. When you put your identity and everything you have into wrestling is such an up and down sport that your identity in your head goes up and down as your wins and losses go up and down. So it's just not where I wanted to be or what I wanted to put myself through. The one point that really made it clear to me that I wanted to go to Iowa was after my visit. Once I was there, I was like, yeah, this is where it's at.
Kylie going to college, she gets to experience a lot of things that she didn't get to experience growing up.
She forfeited her high school social life. She didn't go to high school, she was homeschooled. She went out to the OTC, so she never got that social aspect. So I've never seen her so happy before in her life than she is at Iowa.
That's one of the things I like watching from a distance is she's got a lot of friends. It gives her a piece of her life that I think she kind of missed out on for a lot of different reasons.
You, but I want to hear from the team. So I'm going to pass the microphone around. I want you to say your name, your year, hometown, major.
My name's Annika. I'm from Rose Hill, Kansas. I'm a senior and I'm majoring in exercise science.
I'm Reese Armendi. I'm from Reno, Nevada. I'm a sophomore and I'm majoring in entrepreneurial leadership.
My name's Bill Mir. I'm a sophomore and I'm a sport rec management. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Born and raised, Vegas baby. But it's currently 200 degrees. You got this trip. You have a city that never sleeps, is what they say, and anything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Iowa is just flat, green. It's so polite, and there's no one on the road. Here it's people are honking at you. Everyone's mean. And the traffic, oh my God. Sometimes I honk someone, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get shot. I always keep these machetes in my car. I always have 2. I always have to. Literally, you just have to point it at someone and they're gonna freak out. And Nevada, you're allowed to have a gun in your car without a weapons permit. You just can't carry it. That's why I live in Nevada and not Iowa. If someone pulls up, just... We're gonna go to Extreme Couture, the MMA gym that I train at right now. So last week, the sparring on Tuesday, there was 10 seconds left of the round. This girl, she's coming at me, and the last second, I just stepped back and throw my left hand, and I broke her nose so bad. It was bleeding the entire practice. The doctor had to come in and adjust her nose. Ever seen a bear's eyes where they're just completely jet black? I feel that's what I feel like. And I don't have thoughts. I'm not thinking how you feel or how I feel. All I'm thinking about is just hurting you. I've been trying to find that with wrestling, and it's hard because it's I'm not punching you, so I can't get in that zone. But Chun's always get in your MMA zone, get in that zone. And I'm I'm trying, I can't. I'm grappling them, I'm not hurting them.
So we're at Extreme Couture today. It's a Tuesday, which means it's Bella Spar Day. It's kind of live day for her. So she goes in, she hits some girls, she gets hit a little bit, chokes some people out. So it's pretty intense in there. Definitely a different environment than what I'm used to.
1-2-1, and we're gonna build on it. Try to land the one so we can land the shot. 1-2-1, level change. That's the overhand. I want it to come straight from the middle. Yep, you're on a clock. Get to 6, put your ass to 6. Get her away from it, Bella. That's a lot of power she has against that cage. Right armpit, right armpit. Just live and die there. Right armpit, left hip. Go under the elbows higher. You're using no leverage. There you go. Think longer the lever. Use the shin. Your leg's too straight. Shin on the back of the head. There you go. Then you rotate left hip to the mat, grab and throw. Grab the ankle, throw it. Perfect. Hey, that was good because she made that really awkward and hard to do. But that's what you do. You grab their ankle. If their knee is bent, you'll grab thumb down. If they straighten their leg, you go thumb up and pull.
Chun, you know, she told me, she's like, we'd love to have you on our team. Like, if this is the route you want to go, like, I want you to be the first commit. Like, I want you to help me, like, move this program forward. You know, we got to kind of build this program up from the ground, and just for me to be a part of that was honestly an honor.
Nice, good.
Building a team isn't something that comes overnight, and I think Clarissa did such a good job with the recruiting process and the girls that she brought on the team.
When I first came to Iowa, the girls were definitely characters.
The silliest person on the team, Ella. Easy. There should be no other answer than that. That girl's just dumb. Like, I don't know what she does, but she's too much sometimes.
She's a goofball. Very high energy all the time. Almost all the time, unless she's hangry.
I'm ready for that.
Two of the most fierce people on our team are the twins, Bree and Em. You know, they walk out on the mat and it's like, oh, I'm scared.
The most girly girl on the team, Felicity Taylor, Marlon Dede.
I'm pretty girly. Lily's pretty girly. There's a lot of really girly girls on our team, honestly.
If I'm in a fight, I'm calling Bella Mir.
I know that she's extremely tough and she knows how to fight, so that's definitely the #1 pick.
Since the first day, we all clicked so well. Before we even knew it, like, we were so close.
I think the one thing that really brought us together the first year was we're coming to this atmosphere and we're the first, so we had no one to look to. We had to do that on our own, and that kind of united us and pushed us forward. Everyone's super fun and high energy, but also knows how to do business, and that's all we can ask for. Coming in as a Power 5 school, the only one in women's wrestling, there is going to be pressure automatically.
The stakes are high for the new coach. Being the first is huge. Being the first is impactful.
Being announced as the head coach, that was wild. It was wild because the community, the fan base, University of Iowa, they cared. 15,000 at Carver-Hawkeye Arena, just on their feet. I'm like, this is big and I can't let these people down. I was fearful to apply. Now I have the job. I'm fearful to fail. This is like bigger than the Olympics for me.
It's scary. Everyone looks to her to build up this team. Everyone looks to her to lead our team, and you know, it could go one or two ways. It could go really good, it could go really bad.
texted me. He's like, "Can you come out?"
This is what we call pursuit. Not oatmeal. You're literally just eating
get a close-up
oatmeal
on
with water.
Oh, that's watery. Maybe you put a little too much water.
That's yak.
Wait, is it even warm?
That's yak. It is warm.
It's barely warm.
Get your finger out of my freaking oatmeal.
Heat it up more.
It's our first home duel here in Carver-Hawkeye Arena, and our women are excited. And I think the community has been excited about a moment like this. It's starting to feel like a dream becoming a reality. We only have 4 teams that are Division I programs. Presbyterian out of South Carolina, Sacred Heart out of Connecticut, and then Lindenwood out of Missouri. So it's a big step to have 4 right here, and this is for women's wrestling. This is for the growth of where our sport can go, and we want to show the country that, you know, women's wrestling, you know, can be at a big school, a Power 5 conference, and let it grow to be something amazing.
Oh, the knife is great.
Hey, I'm using the non-sharp side, and it's plastic, so we're fine.
The start of something new. I mean, we're making history today, and I think that's really special. I know that there's a lot of little girls from my hometown that are coming to watch me, and so I'm really excited to just be a part of it.
Lily was a no-brainer for me. Her work ethic and her drive was just like, you know, and just an incredible human.
So this is my room. I have a little couch here, my TV, and then my bed, obviously, which I still need to make.
I am Lilly Luft. I am from Charles City, Iowa. Growing up, I was a 5-sport athlete. I did dance, I did gymnastics for a little bit, basketball, softball, volleyball. I did track, soccer, pretty much everything under the sun. And I think that it was one of the best decisions I made.
This is just a lot of my goals that I want to remind myself each day when I'm getting ready in the morning. Whether you want to or not, you got to get the work in, you got to set your goals, and you know, it's the only way that you're going to achieve them. And so I feel like if I'm looking in the mirror and I'm reminding myself of that each day, it's just a little bit more motivation. You know, our sport's not easy. It's never easy. There's a lot of hard moments in that. I feel like if you don't love the process, you are not going to get the results that you want. I think I got it from my brother growing up. You know, I saw him just love every moment of it, and you know, there are super hard moments where you might not love, but you have to find to love them.
Logan was our oldest. Just below him was Landon, and then just below Landon was Lily. They wrestled all the time. Logan decided it was going to be his job to teach the other 2 how to wrestle. So yeah, there was a lot of wrestling that went on in our living room. It was just a regular 4th of July day, and they were all having a great time and kind of racing around on these ATVs, not thinking anything would possibly happen.
So I got a phone call from one of my work buddies and said that, hey, get in the car and get out of here.
He jumps up and he yells to me, and he's like, we have to go. He's like, Logan was just hurt. He was in an accident. We have to go now. And so we jumped out front, got in his truck, and we took off as fast as we could down through town.
We got out to the site. You could see everybody's out there, all the EMS and the police officers and whatnot.
I just immediately ran to the back of the ambulance because I saw that they had him in there. And at that time, he was struggling to breathe, so they decided to put a breathing tube in his throat. And so I jumped in the side of the ambulance, and they were working on him at that time. And I took a look at him, and I could see that, you know, he was bleeding from his eyes and his nose and his mouth. That at that point, I knew it was really serious. And so I just started praying over top of his head, and I just prayed that God would keep him safe and that he'd be okay. And I felt like as long as I was there, everything was gonna be better. You know, Mom was there, right? But he didn't respond to me. Once we got to the ER, they immediately put us into a private room.
The surgeon came down and talked to us and said that it's not good. There's too much damage, too much trauma to his head, and he wasn't going to be able to survive it.
So that's when we started to switch our mindset. It was no longer about whether or not Logan was going to live. It was who can he help? How many people is Logan going to be able to save? Then that's when the fight began. It's not even about us anymore. It's about who else is out there waiting for that organ. They did tons of tests and they found out that he was a great, great candidate to donate life to 5 individuals. The heart went to a 7-year-old girl. The liver went to a 15-year-old girl. The kidney went to a 3-year-old girl. The other kidney went to a 39-year-old man. And the pancreas went to a 52-year-old woman. And so we had a news station reach out to us and they interviewed us. And that's when I kind of made a plea and I said, I know you're out there. I want to meet you and I want to know where my son's organs are going. And I just want you to know that I'm going to love you and you're going to be part of our family from here on out. To later learn how deathly, gravely ill these girls were, and to know that they were just hanging on, just barely hanging on for life. And then to have our son be the one that was the perfect match for all of them, it's unreal. He is still here. He's still very, very much a part of our lives.
Still living on. That was one of the big things for us. After a while, people, are they going to forget? For us, it was everything to know that he still lives on.
It was meant to be. It was so necessary for us. It was so necessary for him. And obviously, it was necessary for all these little kids, These 5 people would not be here on this earth without him. We were like Team Luft, and a big part of our team was no longer here. We really delved into both kids to help them find the things that really make them happy and make them excited. I think the biggest thing was trying to explain that you will find joy again. It may take a lot, but you will find joy again. And so I think when Lily stumbled on wrestling and chose to take that walk or join that journey, it was just a perfect fit for her. She saw it as something that would bring her closer to him. She was at such a loss and she had such a hole in her heart and she was just trying to find some way to fill that. And when the wrestling team got started at Charles City, she was like, I think I'll just try.
That night, I went down to the basement and I started rummaging through everything that he had, his shoes, his pants, his clothes. And so this is kind of some of the things that I was looking through. What are these? Some Hawkeye wrestling pants, of course. Those are Logan's. Gotta show off the guns. He was always flexing. He always wanted to show his 6-pack and his guns. I was definitely thinking he would absolutely kill me if he knew that I was going through his clothes. If he knew that I was wearing his gear and wearing his backpack and his shoes, I think he would have killed me.
She went to the first wrestling meet and she's got Logan's wrestling bag on. And I remember thinking, I don't know what your plan is or what's gonna happen from here, but she's all in.
Go, right there, left.
Wait, that was wrong. Oh my gosh, we gotta go now. Here we go.
With how many years and national champions and national teams that have been formed in Carver-Hawkeye Arena, I don't think that there is anything like it.
The first duel at Carver, oh my goodness. We were just so starstruck. We were just like, this can't be our lives. Like this is unreal. So we tried to make it as light as possible.
I think that's a huge thing with women's wrestling is the type of people that we are on and off the mat.
Wrestling's supposed to be fun, so why not take in all these moments with the team?
It's so important for them to be themselves because that's when you're at your best, is when you're yourself. You have to have enjoyable moments, you got to protect that joy. Because you know what, at the end of the day, they flip that switch and they take care of business when it counts and when it's needed.
Carver-Hawkeye Arena, the legacy, like years and years and years of history.
It's just like a sport home. You feel inspired when you go in, that so much work and commitment and effort at all different sports is being done here, in this building.
This is the first time that women's college wrestling is displayed in a historic arena.
We're so excited for that moment to finally be able to walk out in front of the Hawkeye fans in a Hawkeye singlet and, do what we do best.
It was a lot of built-up emotions and having nervous feelings that I'd never felt before. I'd never walked out to a walkout song and, have all these people cheering for me. And I remember warming up and being like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We get to go watch the boys' duels, but, who's gonna show up for ours?
Good work.
Good job, Ella.
Good work.
Coach. Good job, B.
Thanks, Coach. Good work, Marlon. Good work. Good work. Good work.
For her on me, for her on three. 1, 2, 3. For her!
It is a new era. This is the beginning of a new day. We can waste it or use it for good, but what we do today is important. Want to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success and not failure, that we should not regret the price we paid for it. It's all down to you and the ones that stand with you, shoulder to shoulder, right now. And at the end of the day, that's the for her today.
Every day we break it down for her. And for her is really the people who paved the way, gave that opportunity, whether it's the trailblazers in the sport, whatever it took to get us here and make this happen. For her, for each other. No one really knows what they're going through being the first. There's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of nerves at the same time. And then for her, for the next generation, the people that look up to them.
It gave us a reasoning, it gave us a why, reminded us that, there was things bigger than wrestling, bigger than our program.
We want to give these next generation of girls and women the opportunities that we didn't have. Competing in Carver, all the Division I perks, this is now the precedent for women's wrestling.
This dream that's been happening since the announcement of Iowa Women's Wrestling is a reality today. This is huge. This is for all of women in sport.
In women's wrestling, we don't always get that opportunity to perform in front of people. And so walking out there hand in hand with the women that you just freaking would go to war for, seeing all of those fans and all of those people that came out here to support us was such a crazy, surreal feeling.
I could just feel like everyone just close their eyes and just take a big breath. And we were just all present in that moment, and then the gates lifted.
Keep climbing. Keep working. Keep working.
Keep offensive here.
In.
Yes, there it is. Yes.
Up, up, up. Place, place, place.
Walk it. Yes, continue. Keep your elbow in. Elbow in.
Yeah, use your knees. Use your knees. Scoop it. Up.
Down.
Nice job, Lily.
Nice job, Lil.
To wrestle at the University of Iowa. It was always Logan's dream before it was ever mine, but it definitely became my dream, and now I'm living it.
Losing your brother at such a young age, it's really hard. A lot of times my friends didn't know what to say, so they didn't say anything at all. Everyone grieves in different ways, and I think that was something that was really hard for me to do, especially at 12 years old. I didn't know how to talk about my feelings. By doing wrestling and doing something that he loves so much, it helped me to work through what I was feeling. It gave wrestling another purpose for me.
She started because of Logan, with the mentality of he's there beside her. But somewhere along the way, it was all her, and it's up to her now to continue it.
He wasn't able to complete the goals that he set for himself, but I can, and I have been able to. He's had the goals of becoming a 4-time state champ and to go to the University of Iowa to wrestle and to become an Olympic champion.
And the Dan Gable Ms. Wrestler of the Year trophy for 2022-2023, Lilly Luft. Luft ends her high school career having 4 state titles and was among the first women to win a state title as a sanctioned sport by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Next year, Luft will attend the University of Iowa, where she does plan on wrestling.
She did everything exactly right. And she does it because she's doing it for a greater purpose. For her, it's like, it's not just about me. I want to do this for Logan. I want to do this for the University of Iowa. I want to do it for every little girl that ever wrestles. I want to do it and show them that you don't have to do this since you were 5 years old. If you really do everything you're supposed to do, you can achieve great things. And she's proven that. We're constantly telling Lily, like, if she has a competition where she struggles a little bit, we always say, what do you have to be afraid of? You have lived through the most difficult thing anybody in this world should ever have to live through. You lost the most important person in your life, and you lived through it. You have nothing to be afraid of. Without having that fear, her story, her purpose is just different than everybody else's. She's lived through the tough stuff. Now it's just enjoy the journey.
Wrestling, I believe we were kind of headed in the wrong direction for a while just because we didn't have a comparable female part in sport. And since we've done that, it's made us be able to grow, and now you can see it's going. It's going. I'm really proud that we're hosting this event. 10,000 fans today are having a great time.
I did not expect that many people to come out for women's wrestling. It was awesome to think that people were changing their minds around it. And then it was more awesome for people to see what women's wrestling looked like. The energy that our team brought, and how much fun it was for people to watch.
It was cool because we broke the record for attendance for fans at a women's wrestling event, so that was really awesome just to see how many people were, already interested in our program, and we're just getting started.
I got my first takedown and I heard the crowd cheering louder than I've ever experienced before, and I think just knowing that women's wrestling is exciting, freestyle wrestling is exciting, people want to watch, people want to be there, so that was really an incredible moment for me.
It was surreal. I think my second match I had a moment where I was like, okay, I can have some fun. I had the girl pinned and I look up and I start smiling. I'm like, I've never smiled while pinning somebody before. I was like, this is kind of cool, and the crowd's going wild.
I knew that wrestling in this arena would be electric, but it's kind of like a feeling that you can't even really describe until you're there on the mat doing it. It's just different, and I don't think that I'll ever experience anything in my life like it.
Wipe it off. 1, 2.
I've been a Hawk fan my entire life, and being able to compete in black and gold here in Carver-Hawkeye Arena is just unreal. We're here. We did it. We did it. In high school, I wrestled all boys. I wrestled one girl my entire high school career. So now to be able to wrestle for a Division I college is just crazy. Like, even in my wildest dreams, I never thought that I would be able to wrestle for the University of Iowa.
I couldn't even imagine being here, 3 years ago. It's a dream come true for a lot of us, and I hope that this is a movement to start other big programs. The more programs we have, the more competitive the sport will get, the more people will want to watch it, the bigger the sport will get. Just taking those steps to start a program would be huge and, life-changing to so many people.
Last one. How are you?
When I was younger, I was sitting at the table and I'm like signing my name. And somebody asked me, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm practicing my signature for when I get famous. It's cool to be able to, sign and for girls to want that interaction. I try to take up every opportunity that I have with a little girl.
These young girls coming to get autographs and take pictures with our women, that's the essence of what it's for, right? It's what continues to drive our women to be better, and be the best versions of themselves.
There's a lot of girls that have paved the way for us, and we're just, trying to pave it for girls behind us too. I hope I can change lives like wrestlers have changed for me.
We got to experience the dream, but they're going to be the next ones living it. So we're so happy we get to do it for them, for her.
If there's any hot wrestlers out there that need a kid.
We just walked into the store over there. The worker was really, really cute. We are one step closer to not being single anymore.
When I was young, it was like something normal. Like, oh yeah, my dad fights, like your dad doesn't.
Kylie is like a mother to me. Best part of Kylie being home is when she hugs me. It makes me feel loved.
They would just ask me, are you leaving?
Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Going to nationals was really tough because he wasn't able to do that.
North Central, they were the national champions last year. So if anything, we're the ones that need to rise to the occasion.
The gravity of how special it is will come down to you and your fight.